Social media works. Here's the proof. Welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm Danna Crawford. Thank you for joining me. I'm also known as Power Selling Mom. Quick info about me. I'm an authorized local expert with Constant Contact. I've been using their service since 2006. And shortly after that, I became a certified business consultant trained by eBay after being a seller on the site since 1997. And with my experience of teaching eBay classes and workshops in partnership with the United States Postal Service, Constant Contact contacted me to go through their certification program. And now I do webinars and local workshops on the topic of social media and email marketing. Next, I became the development director for our local food bank, firststepfoodbank.org, located in Ocala, Florida. After a meeting with the board while I was teaching them about fundraising using the power of Constant Contact and eBay. And next thing you know, they offered me a part-time job that I couldn't resist because I'm passionate about the cause of feeding America, and now I'm part of Feeding Marion County, Florida. So those are the three hats that I wear: Constant Contact, eBay, and the food bank. You can learn more about me by visiting my website at powersellingmom.com or just Google my name, Danna Crawford. Now, enough about me. Let's talk about you and why you're here. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about some Facebook insights and how that can work for you. Analytics, which is important across all social media platforms. I'll touch base on posting content using my marketing formulas, time-saving techniques, finding content, email marketing, event marketing, and yes, the proof that it works. So Facebook is actually the place to start. It is the largest of the social sites, and it has over 1 billion users. It's been around since 2004, and they offer insight tools that let you monitor how your progress is going. They also have ads available for you to purchase if needed, and so there's a lot of opportunity for organic marketing as well as paid marketing. So Facebook content that works. First, we'll start with videos. Now, first, I must mention that I'm not going to go in great detail on every single social media site, but there is Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Those are the top 5. And then Google Plus is also top 6. It's on the list. So those are the sites. Now, all of them will be powerful. They are powerful, and all of the content that I'm going to provide you will work across the board on all the sites. So video is number one for being popular and getting attention. And I had to share, I'm not sure if all of you remember Candace Payne. She was a lovely lady. Well, she is still a lovely lady. And she posted a video after she went to Kohl's and she purchased this Chewbacca mask, and she had her webcam going in her car, and she videotaped putting the mask on and just laughing her butt off wearing this mask. Well, it went viral. This is the proof that social media works. It went viral. It attracted a huge amount of people. I even shared it on my Facebook page. I thought it was so funny. And it just went crazy. Pretty soon, Facebook contacted her. They flew her in because she used the live video option on Facebook that really works well. And you can give it a try too. And I've tried it on my business page, and it definitely does work. Next is photos. Photos gain a lot of attention as well across all networks. Photos, here's one I took of a photograph of my mother when she was wearing her pin in a family photo from the 60s. And 70s actually. And I wear her pin every Mother's Day in her honor. She's still living, thank you. But I just think it's really cool to wear her pin. So we get together every Mother's Day, and I always have her pin on, and she gets a chuckle. So this little split screen, I received 1,777 people it had reached. I had 35 thumbs up, and I had a few comments. So Photos, videos number 1, photos number 2, and the number 3 popular marketing that works on across all social media is status updates. Quick notes, what you have going on, quick questions work well. Here's one that I just said: who had an awesome long weekend? What did you do? And then I had hashtag tell me, hashtag weekend, me. I mostly worked on eBay. So I reached 373 people, and I had I had more than 5 comments, and then I had several people thumbs up. So I started to engage. I came back and replied, oh, your weekend sounded nice, and you talk back and forth, and that starts the engagement marketing cycle of attention. So next, the thing to keep in mind, I'm a consultant, I'll get people come to me and say, gee, Danna, nobody likes me, nobody shares I only get 1 like, or I only get 1 share or 1 comment. The thing is, even 1 is powerful, so please don't get discouraged if you don't have any. And if you have none, then we need to reevaluate what time of day and what kind of content you're putting out, which I'll go into in a minute. But keep in mind that even 1 like or share has the possibility to reach 338 people, because the average number of friends for each Facebook user is 338. So if 1 person likes you, then it's like a chain reaction. Their friends have the possibility to see you, and so on. And small really is big. So again, don't get discouraged. Small numbers are great because you still have the potential to reach a lot of people. So Facebook has an algorithm, and it's called the edge rank algorithm, and it shows posts based on the interest of your fans, the current interest that they already have, the post performance among other users, performance of your past posts, and the type of post that the users prefer. So if, for example, you go to the Cubs game and you're tweeting, or we're on Facebook. If you post about Facebook, those people that are your friends that have in their history of liking baseball, then chances are they're going to see it in their feed. That's part of how this algorithm works. Also, how recent the post is, of course. Recent posts get more attention. So you want to use Facebook's insight tools to know what works best for you. And these tools can be found at the top of the page of your Facebook business page. And when you click on that, now you can learn so much. I suggest you spend some quality time to review what kind of attention your current posts have been getting. Just spend some quality time and take a look through these. The actions on the page views, the page likes, the reach, the videos. So let's look at the likes. I've had 8 page likes. Of course, that's down 65% compared to the week before. So it was a slow week. So it all depends on how many how much you're marketing, or, sorry, my husband's in the background. Sorry about that. It also, on June 14th, it shows that I had 2 page likes, and you can see that was a day that I had 2 page likes. So you can learn from this. When your fans are online, this will give you what is the best time of day and day of the week for you to do your posts. So as you can see, I had 1,875 people were available at 4 o'clock. Now that tells me that 4 o'clock would be a good time of day for me to send my posts out on Facebook. So it's getting me prepared for when I can get the most response, the best response from my posts. Now it also shows that on Saturdays, there are 4,285. That's the highest number for the days of the week that people are available. And also it shows that the time, you can see it's between about 4 or 5 o'clock, anywhere from, noon on up to 6, and then it goes back down. So that is the time, and of course that's based on where you're located. And of course I'm in Ocala, Florida, East Coast time, and that's based on my current time. Now also you want to take a look at all posts published, and here this is great information for you to see what's working. So I can go down this list and say, okay, which one got the least attention? It was this one, only received 207, and I only had 1 like and 2 shares. We had a great workshop with SCORE, and that was an event that I spoke at SCORE. That one wasn't really an attractive one, but it could be the time of day. Look, that went out at 8:21 p.m. So that wasn't too active. Now, 8:14 p.m., still my Mother's Day went out, but it did get a lot of attention. But here's a 6:35 a.m., and it grew up to 850, and that was while I was at New Smyrna Beach. So learn from these things, and you want to do more of what works and then do less of what doesn't work. And then you can also boost post. So off to the side, I do these every once in a while, depends on what I want to increase my odds for even more attention. So if you click on that, you would be able to choose whatever your budget is. People who like your page, you could choose people who like your page and their friends. That's usually what I choose. Or you can choose people you choose through targeting. Now I use that one like if I go to Atlanta, and I do this sometimes where I'll go up to Atlanta and I will do an eBay workshop or an email marketing workshop. And when I go there, I will actually spend the money and I will target people according to zip code of the location of where I'm going to be doing my presentation. And I'll spend whatever the budget is, $50, $100, and then it'll tell me how many people it'll reach on Facebook according to that zip code and that location. So I do that sometimes. I haven't done that in a while, but it does work and it gets a lot of attention. And then it'll tell you the breakdown. Now, these work really well for me in the past, and I can recommend them, but here's what you've got to pay attention to. Before you get going, you want to set in your Facebook settings a budget so that you never go over it and Facebook doesn't charge you over it. I made a comment that I shared for my food bank at the event. I didn't know about this budget setting, and next thing you know, I received a $118 bill from Facebook for marketing that I did with the food bank. Well, I'm not going to take money from the food bank. I didn't even tell them about it, so I contacted Facebook, and they actually let me off on it. Thank you very much. But even still, I was just going to pay it out of my pocket because it was my stupidity that I didn't know about this. So learn from my mistake and get in there and adjust your budget. So now I know that it's not going to go over $35. Although sometimes I change it to $50, but just make sure that you do that. Also, proof is in the reach report. Now you can spend some quality time on your reach report, and you can also see there's organic and there's paid. Now, you can see in the last 2 months, I've had all organic reaches. And then you can take a look at, I reached almost 800 people at this on the June 2nd, between June and June 3rd. And then also at the bottom, you can have reactions, comments, and shares. And then it'll show you the most popular reactions, comments, and shares, and so on. Pay attention to these reports. The other great thing about these is you can export these reports and then you can share them at your board meetings. Those of you that are on marketing teams can come in and say, hey, we need more of this, or I think we should quit doing this, or whatever the need is. It will definitely help you going forward. Now, I don't have time to go through every single one of these, but I recommend you learn about each of these areas in here because the proof is there. The proof is in the analytics across all of the social sites, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. They all have built-in analytics that you can export, you can learn from going forward. The one that does not have analytics built in is Instagram. So Instagram is a little different, and this app that you can download on your phone is called Icon Square. So I suggest you do a search for it from your app store, and you can download it. It's free. However, they do have a paid version that I use, and it costs $9.99 for the paid version, and you get a lot more insights to it. And the great thing about that on the analytics is you can learn about which ones are getting the most comments. And the key with Instagram is hashtag. You can hashtag. There really is not a major limit on hashtags. You can add a lot of hashtags to Instagram, and the etiquette, it's okay. Your blog, your website, whatever you're using, look for analytics there as well to learn from, so that you know what's working, what's not. Email marketing, whether you're using Constant Contact or whichever service you're using, make sure that there are analytics reports that allow you to go in and take a look at how your open rate is, how many people are reading your emails. Again, so you know what's working and what's not working, what time of day to send out your emails. This is all important stuff. Now we're going to talk about content that works. I love this system. I learned this from Constant Contact. Content best practices. Write for your audience, not for you. Now keep that in mind. You're writing for your audience. You're not just writing about me. So 50% of your content, you want to ask questions, use images and video, which will get likes, shares, and comments. 50%. Next, you have 30%, be useful. Give interesting information. And then finally, you've earned the right to the 20% to promote something, whether it's an event or you are selling something. You can promote it. I call it discrete marketing. There's a proper way to promote. This 50-30-20 rule is an excellent formula to follow. So I highly recommend it. And that's across all of the social sites. So curation, sharing content from other sources. This is another opportunity. People say, well, I don't know what to say on social media. Well, you don't have to know what to say. Just seek out information that others have said and share their content. So here's one that I posted at First Up Food Bank's Facebook page, and it was about this guy that dumpster dives and he finds food. It's crazy. So the thing is, when you share content from other sources, you also want to share who they are, so that you give credit back to how many people, to give credit from the source. And then here's one that I shared from the United States Postal Service on my Twitter account. And this is all curating content means. You just pull in content, I use a few words, and I'm still giving valuable information to my readers that they're interested in. So you can share content that your readers, your followers would be interested in. And that's why they're following you after all. They want to hear from you. They want to hear what you have to say that relates to them. Okay, where do you find this kind of content? Well, pay attention to the news. What's new in the headlines? Of course, avoid politics, but check the headlines on the news, and there you can find some great content. Also from blogs or websites. Many websites have newsletters you can subscribe to. Google alerts are another way. I suggest you go to Google and sign up for alerts. You can I think it's alerts/google.com, or just do a Google search for alerts, and you sign up. You sign up for alerts for your name, for your business name, and then also so that way if anybody's talking about you somewhere on the internet, you'll get a notice. You'll get a Google alert. Also, anything in your industry, like I have Google alerts on eBay and shipping. So that way when there's relevant information that comes into my alert, then I've got some content that I can curate. And also newsletters, as I mentioned. You can go check out with your competitors' newsletters and learn from them. What I suggest you do is create an anonymous type of email so that you can go subscribe to other newsletters. You can set up Google alerts, and this way your inbox won't be bombarded with your business email or your personal email. And I call that my marketing email. So when things slow down and it's like, oh, I need to get out and do some curating content, or I need to do some marketing, line some marketing up, I will just go to that email and boom, there's all of my content. And also, when you're curating content, don't forget to give credit to the original author or source. So you can copy and paste some sentences, some paragraphs as needed. Just make sure you give credit back to the source, or that's called plagiarism. Repurpose and reuse. You can change the content a little bit. So I can use the same content basically on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I can use it across all the boards. However, you want to change it up. Don't copy and paste the same content over with the same words. So you want to change your hashtags, change your title, change it up a little bit. And you can use the same photo, but just try to change things up a little bit, or on the next photo, add some words, some graphics, or some letters to it, or hashtags. You want to cover all places that people may miss. So one person may have been on Twitter, but they weren't on Facebook the day that went live. So it covers the bases when you do repurpose and reuse it across all of the sites. And also, whichever is right for your audience. I have friends that never go near Twitter, but they're always on Facebook, and vice versa. I have friends that just watch Twitter and never watch Facebook, and also LinkedIn. I have a select crowd of people on LinkedIn that has brought me a lot of business. So find time to save time. Thank you, first of all, for taking the time right now, because you have taken the time today to listen to this presentation so that you can save time later. Within a 5-year time span, 10% of small businesses use social media marketing, 10%. And now that went up to a whopping 87% of small businesses use social media marketing. Why? Because it works. RSS readers are an excellent way to help you save time. Now, an RSS reader, you'll notice, is there's in Google, I have always called it really simple syndication, but it's defined as an abbreviation for Rich Site Summary, which is a summary of different websites compiled into one feed or channel that eliminates the need to visit each individual website to read updated material. So you can subscribe to RSS feeds to just get tidbits of what they're putting out. And I'm going to show you how this works. Feedly is one that works really well. You can go to feedly.com. It's free. They have a free service. You just sign up. And then what you do on Feedly, I gave an example that you can just do a search for the word Ocala. And it'll bring up different news feeds across the internet that are talking about Ocala. And then you can simply click on the plus sign, and now it'll add to your feed. And this is perfect for when it's marketing day now. Your feed is filled with all of these things that you could curate content from. So you can pick and choose what kind of content you want to share by simply clicking on the icons to the right, and you can save them for later, or you can post them live right now. Now you can see the word Hootlet there, and I'm going to share with you about that in a minute. But I can put this if I wanted to. I actually did not tweet this, but I used it for an example how you could tweet it, and then you could put hashtags to it as well. Also, you could click on Facebook, and then you can choose if you want it to go on a business page, on your timeline, on your personal page, or wherever you would like to share it. And you just choose the drop-down box. Now, this is my favorite one that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's called twitterfeed.com. It's totally free, and it will share to all of your sites using the RSS feed. So all you do is you set up an account. It's very simple. And then you choose the name of your feed, like I call one the postal service, USPS. I call another one eBay. And then I just take the RSS code from the website. So you can go to any website or blog site and you will see this universal orange square. That is the symbol for RSS code, RSS reader, whatever. So if you click on that, it'll actually show you the code, and then you copy it and you come in here and you paste it. And then what happens is this system also allows you to put in a prefix either before the blog post or the tweet or wherever you have it going. You can have it go, you can have a prefix either before or after. So for my Power Selling Mom website, I have it after. So it'll say hashtag blog post. So that lets people know that that's what that is. Now, I took the RSS feed directly from my eBay store so that every time I post something on eBay, it automatically goes out on Twitter. I'm tweeting right now, probably. So it shows you that I put up a laser disc and it pulls in the title from eBay. And then I added 2 prefixes, hashtags, eBay, and then Ask Danna. That's the name of my eBay store. So that goes out automatically. And then this one came directly from my eBay, or excuse me, my website, what to say and how to say it on email marketing. And that pulled out automatically for me. So the great thing about having these RSS readers set up, you do not have to go out there and find content. It posts for you. Now the key here is to make sure that you approve the content. Like if you had the RSS feed for the Ocala Star banner and they're putting out information that you really wouldn't normally share with your friends, then that wouldn't be a good choice. But if you do have a news, you're in the industry where you're sharing strictly news, then yes, that would be a good fit. So make sure you pick and choose which areas are good fits. Like the post office is a perfect fit for me. They always have great information. Now, Facebook has a built-in scheduler. This is so awesome. So when you go to write a post on Facebook, like I wrote this ahead of time, wonderful lunch today at the Ocala FPRA chapter professional development meeting and luncheon. And then I put the hashtags all in, so they were ready. And then I even gave a shout out with, I tagged Miss Lisa Varner on there so that she would get a notice that she's been mentioned. And I set this up ahead of time, so I didn't have to do it so that things would be going out during the event. So whenever you're getting ready to go to an event, you can set these up a week ahead of time or however long ahead of time you want, because you know you're going to have a wonderful lunch, right? And I know I'm going to have a good time, so I'm going to go ahead and create those posts ahead of time to save time later. And here you could just put in the date and the time that you want it to go out, and then you simply schedule it. So you'll notice every post on Facebook will have that publisher, but if you click that arrow, now you can schedule the date and time you want it to go live. It's so awesome. I have like all my holidays set up ahead of time. Here's one. Oh, and then when you check in is another great way to let people know what you're doing in your industry. And then you can see when I tagged the location of the college, that also pulled in the map. Now here's one that I have scheduled for the first day of summer. So that'll go live, of course, on the first day of summer on June 20th. And when that goes live, I found a graphic on PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a brilliant tool to find clip art. And you can customize it all you want and then save it as a JPEG and then upload it as needed and schedule it as needed. Now, Hootsuite.com is how I manage all of my stuff. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is to use my link for your free trial so that I get credit for it. And I will have a link included in the bottom of this video, or you can find it on this page. So when you set up Hootsuite, it's so awesome because you create all of these feeds, or streams they're called. And you have a stream for when people mention you, and you have a stream for when people retweet you. And this is how you can pay attention to what's going on in your Twitter world, and the tweets that you sent out, and then also your scheduled tweets. So I have tweets scheduled for the next 2 years, every holiday for the next 2 years. So they're all set in there ahead of time. I went ahead and it took me a couple days, and I got all of the holidays done for the next 2 years ahead of time. So it's not that hard to get everything set up. I love it. And then you can also stream Facebook pages, your blog, other sites. I have the food bank in there as well. And I can manage all this under one roof. Other clients that I manage their Facebook pages, or I manage social media for clients, I have another feed that I set up for those. And then the great thing, as I mentioned, you can schedule everything. So here's one. I knew that the group I was going to be with, the luncheon, were going to be very friendly. So I went ahead and I knew they were going to be friendly, and I scheduled that to go out at 11:30. Now, Tailwind for Pinterest. Now, Pinterest does not have a scheduler. So I subscribe to this website called Tailwind. And again, I have a link added so that I get credit for you to sign up. And there is, this is amazing. I just love Tailwind. I was so over the moon when I discovered it because it had so many great things that I could add. And their analytics is fantastic as well. So it lets you schedule pins on Pinterest. And what else I love about it is it will pull in my graphics and my photos from Instagram. And that's huge. So it'll bring in my photos from Instagram. And as you can see, these were all silly things that I posted on Instagram. But if I wanted to use them on Pinterest now, I could do it from here. So next steps. Number 1, set up your RSS feeds. Set up your social media management tools. Start identifying content to share with your audience. And schedule and share curated content. Have fun on social, and of course, be yourself. A great tip is to have a glass of wine, but only one. And that's a great time for you to be social on social media. Check your analytics on a regular basis as well. Now, email marketing, don't forget email marketing. It is part of social media that works. Now, I know that you need to, as part of your email marketing, you want to use social to drive people back to subscribe to your email list. So you can use your Facebook business page by installing a sign-up form. Most, like Constant Contact, most email marketing companies have apps for that. All social media platforms create fun posts with a request to subscribe, and try to use images and encourage people to subscribe to your newsletter. On Instagram, you can include a sign-up form in your profile on your bio. And on Pinterest, create beautiful images detailing how to subscribe, include links for people to comment, and also, include a link in the comment. And on bio pages, wherever you have a bio page on any of the sites that you have set up, or any of your professional sites in your bio, include a sign-up form URL, a link in your profile bios to gather more interested subscribers. Take advantage of all of these opportunities to subscribe and grow your database of emails for future marketing. Now, event marketing. I know the event, the luncheon that we're at, that we attended, everybody was invited through the email marketing and the newsletter marketing. Now, with event marketing, that fills all of my eBay and United States Postal Service workshops is called Every Door Direct Mail. Every Door Direct Mail is a service by the post office. It's very inexpensive. It's like 18 cents per mailing. And it is a win-win for filling events. I know firsthand my events are packed. The last one I did in Ocala, we had 65 people. The one before that, we had 85 people. And I did one last year, I had 130 people when I was at the Hilton. So, and every one of them was brought in using Every Door Direct Mail. I know it works. And the great thing is you can target areas. Now, right now, I'm working on a project with the food bank, and we're getting ready to send out awareness postcards on feeding Marion County. And so we're targeting areas. You can zoom in on different zip codes and choose where you want these mailings to go. Everybody's entitled to a free kit. Just go to eddmkit.com. Every Door Direct Mail Kit. Or you could do a Google search, but that's where you can go to get a free kit. And those of you that are from Ocala, Christy at the post office, she's the postmaster secretary. She does meetings with people so that you could schedule an appointment with her, and she will actually go over all of the details with you and assist you as needed. And I get my mailings printed through Staples. Okay, online registrations as well. Event spot with Constant Contact. That is how I set it up. And all I do is I created a page on my website called powersellingmom.com/USPS. So when those Every Door Direct Mails go out, it'll say register online at powersellingmom.com/USPS. And that is the page. You could go there right now and you'll see where I have events that are sponsored by the post office and Constant Contact, and they're set up in there, and it makes life so much easier for me. And then I have an app on my phone that shows me how many people have registered for my event, which helps me prepare for the event. Also, promote schedule across all sites. So you can schedule registration, reports, updates, event updates across all the social sites, and include a link for them to register for your event. If any of you need any assistance with setting this system up, please contact me. I'm happy to help. Ocala for Sale is a great place also to market your events, and Eventbrite.com is another option. But of course, I love EventSpot with Constant Contact. Why social media? Well, it influences decisions. The end. It does. It influences decisions. You know how many people are buying Chewbacca masks now because of Candace? 84% of social media users share to show their support for a cause. 74% of shoppers use social media to guide purchases. And 43% purchase a product shared or favorited by a friend. 43%. So if your friends are talking about the best-selling wine or their favorite coffee, which I'm a coffee addict, I tend to talk about coffee a lot, and I bet you a lot of my friends will be buying that coffee. I personally know firsthand how social media works, how well it works. It has increased my business, and especially in Ocala. I've been online marketer and online seller for all these years, and I finally have brought it into a community local level, and it's all because of my social media marketing. I've gotten more consulting, I've gotten more inquiries, and I've grown my email subscriber list because of social media. I've had the opportunity for more speaking engagements like this one with the organization, the Luncheon. I've also spoke with groups in Gainesville. I've been invited to be guest speaker there at luncheons for ladies and different events, all because of the power of social media. I was also named the WE Women of the top 50 women in WE magazine. on social media, and that was last year. It was really awesome, and it was because of my presence. eBay consignment, my business has picked up because of social media, and also my workshop registrations have grown because of the power of every door direct mail and social media. I know firsthand how all this works. I was even invited to be an expert witness on an eBay case in Sarasota, and they found me on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn also has opened up plenty of doors of opportunity. So my feelings are you should be available and active all across the board. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do look me up on any of the social media channels. On Facebook, it's Danna Crawford with the number 1. That's my business page on Facebook. And then, of course, Twitter, Danna Crawford, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. You can find me there as well. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can find the contact me directly on my website at powersellingmom.com. Meanwhile, I wish you all the best for social media marketing success. You can do this. I know it firsthand that social media works. Thank you.